Hi guys, today I'm going to present you some of my model kit soldiers. There are many of them and as you can understand I don't made all of them. So on the picture where you will find this icon, it will mean that this is my part. Then if there is this icon, it means that this is Elfe girl who made these models, and with this icon it will mean that this is Magnum who made these models presented. And to conclude, when there is this one, this is a fourth person who doesn't have pseudo. Alright, let's get started. So here we are with the first picture. We are in the Warhammer and in the good part. So we have Aragorn, King of LSR in the middle. We have Eomer on the right, and on the back and on the left we have Rohan Riders. Then let's continue with Cavalry, and we have Galadrim Riders. They are Elves. Then we are leaving the Cavalry, we are going into the Fantassin. And let's start with, in the middle, the First Lady, Lady Galadriel. On the left we have Celeborn. On the right we have Glorfindel, and on the complete right we have Erestor. In the back there are Ultimate Alliance soldiers. So these are soldiers from Foncombe. Then we are moving to the next picture and we can see two Hobbit figurines. It means that they are coming from the movie The Hobbit. We have Legolas and Tauriel. Then we are coming back to the Lord of the Rings, the original version, with Galadriel on the left with his mirror in the first plan, and then we have Celeborn on the right. Let's continue with all people. We have Gil-galad in the first plan, in the back we have Elrond, and on the right we have Arwen, who is a little bit younger. She appears in the Lord of the Rings and she's the girlfriend, she's Aragorn's girlfriend. Then we have Aldir, who is the leader of the captains who are going to help in the chest helm. Now we are entering in the Mirkwood section of the elves. We have Sylvester's elves in the back. Then we have Golden Bay. I don't know the exact translation. In French it's Bédor, and it's one of the most unplayable soldier of this game. She can't take any damage. She can be attacked, but she can't attack at all, and that's just impossible to play with her. On the right we have a sentinel. Then let's continue. You can see all the troops. The last picture shows us Thranduil, who is the king of Mirkwood, and in the back we have two officers. Let's move on the Lothlorien soldiers. We can see that Haldir is back. In the back on the right we have a blue and white man, which is Stormmaster. There are officers on the right, and the guy with the flag is also one. And on the background we have the soldiers, the random soldiers. Now we have finished with the elves. We are going to move on humans. We have Aragorn and Gandalf, and on the back the Fontaine Guards. And then we are moving on Rangers, the Gondor Rangers, who are really helpful in many parts of the movie, especially in the third section of the movie. So we have the Rangers in the back in green. We have two of them white with white points, which was by myself, and I wanted to make snow the rangers. On the first plan we have Farmir and Daron, who are the two main officers of the rangers. There are other rangers, but not from myself, they are from Elfe. Then we have the green community with Frodon, Sam, Lupin, Mariadoc. We have Gimli on the right, on the back we have Farmir. We have Aragorn, Bigfoot, the ranger. We have Legolas with the bow, we have Boromir with the sword, and we have Gandalf the Grey, which will become Gandalf the White after the Balrog fight. Then let's come back a little bit more in the past, with Elendil on the right, Isildur on the left, and they are all surrounded by Numerian soldiers. We have Death, who have been called by Aragorn to help them, and they will conclude the fight for the Minas Tirith city. We have an eagle. Just take care that this is a Lord of the Ring eagle, not one of the Hobbit. There are slight differences. Then we have two Gondor soldiers, the two only in my collection. I have 10 of them to paint, but that's not my favorite. And then we are going to finish this part of the good with dwarves. So in the middle we have Durin, in the back just behind him we have Mordant, on the left we have Thorin, liquidation, French pronunciation and French words. So Thorin is from the Hobbit, Durin and Mordant doesn't appear in the movies, they are just I think there are some references. On the front we have Gimli, which is not perfectly taken in picture, and all around we have soldiers. Then we have one of the kind of random army, we have the dwarfs rangers, and then we have the dwarf soldiers, the normal one, the best one in the caves of Minas of Zimoria. Alright, so now we are going to move to the bard part of the Warhammer, and let's just start with the Balrog. In front of you, one of my favorite models, one of the biggest one also. It's really hard to put them in a good place to see everywhere. On the left we have the Lord, the Black Lord. We have two other captains. On the right we have goblins. So there are humans who are from the side of Sauron. We have the Haradrims with the captain in the first plan, officers and soldiers in the back. Haradrims are really powerful, but why they are really known that for their Mumakil. They are just elephants with some specifications, and they're really powerful in the game. That's really hard. We are coming back on the Dark Lord with the two officers in the back. That's Gorbag and Shagrat. They appear in the last, I would say, 30 minutes of the Lord of the Ring. You can see on the right that there is one with something white, and this is the mithril coat of Frodon. So there are the two guys who found Frodon after the Arachne battle. Here is another picture of the Balrog. So this was one of my first figurine I bought, so it's not perfect, but I like the way he is. And well, I never played with it because he is too powerful, 400 points for example. The most powerful human is 230. And then we have goblins in the Moria. They are really bad. When in fact they are good when there are 100 of them. Alone, they are useless. We have their king, the king of the goblins, and we have a troll. A troll is useful when you have to deal with a small hero, but Faramir can deal with Faramir or anyone of the community, the ring of the community of the human or of the big guys can deal with the troll without any problem. Then we have warg riders. So we can see some of them in the Hobbit. They also appeared in the Lord of the Rings. Some other goblins. So this is from the fourth person and fourth guy of the video. These are brigands. They're really well done. We have Sauron, the master, the Dark Lord master, and you can see that he has his ring. We can see Uruk-hai with our captain on the left. There is another troll. You can see that his hand is not perfectly placed. In fact, we can change the hand between a hammer or a big lance. Well, that was the warmer part. We are going to move on something a little bit modern and realistic. And the first picture is F-22 Raptor, one of my latest plane painted. Well, it is the latest one. There are no decoration at all on it, and you can see that there is a pilot inside. The first model with a pilot inside. Then there will be others. Then something a little bit older. There has been a presentation video about this plane, which is Elfe's Tomcat, that's the plane of Top Gun. Then we are going to move on helicopters with the AW101. This is the helicopter in Skyfall, with all the decorations of Skyfall. Then we are going on the NH-80 NFH, which is the French helicopter of the Marine, and you can see that all the decorations are for the Marine model of this helicopter. So you can see that the AW101 is bigger than the NFH. Well, there is one reason. The NFH has to be able to enter in ships to be carried over the world, and the AW101 doesn't have this obligation, which make him more a land helicopter, not a sea version. Then after the plane, after the helicopters, we have the tanks. We have the T-90A, my favorite model for the moment, and so this is a Russian tank. You can see all around him that there are soldiers, there are Spetsnazes, and this is what I call my civilian version of the Spetsnaz. Then we have another model, another Russian model, which is S-80 Topol, S-25 Topol. This time with a combat version of the Spetsnaz in front. There are the desert operation, the guys who appeared in Afghanistan. Then we are coming back to the NATO soldiers with the Challenger 2 and American soldiers, the American Special Forces soldiers in the first plan. Well, they can be considered as special forces or as rangers, random rangers. So we will have some extract of this picture. We have on the left the Challenger 1 or 2 don't remember exactly, they are almost the same. And we have the M41 Abram, which is one of the most famous tanks in the world. And all around there, so this is the same type of soldiers that in the previous picture. So now some random pictures of this scene, and then we are coming back on the T90A. And just a few days after I took the previous picture, I added 3 red stars on the cannon barrel of the T90A, which are in a game called World of Tanks, the excellence marks, which describes the level of the tank. So I added these 3 pictures, the 3 stars, to make it very valuable. Then after the modern soldier, we are moving on to World War II soldiers. This is an chronological video. Keep this in mind. So we are on the good side. We have the Russian, but by the time they were the good guy. The Russian soldiers, the snowmen, we can see that some of them have skis. Then we are moving on my command section, the red one. So there are paratroopers, there are rangers, there are marines. That's my command section. We can see that there are 3 officers and 1 radio, and there are so many of them. Then some of the units. The second particular one is the yellow one, and this is a complete marine section. The other ones are rangers. Here we have commandos, like the Kiefer one. Here we have rangers. Then we have British commando, who, if I remember well, were on Utah Beach, I think. There are the redhead soldiers. Then some unpainted soldiers. We have some marines left. We have Canadian troopers. We have other commandos. And here you can see all my soldiers in this part. All my good part soldiers. Then let's move in something a little bit darker. This is my SS section. The Nazis one. They appear in many stop motion. In fact, they are my only painted enemies. So we have the green section and the yellow section. I won't present all the model kit I have in my house because there are many of them. Just some parts that appear in the stop motion also. So we have in the background Cromwell and in the first plan for. Then we have a landing boat. So now we have German's tank. We have the green and white Panther. This was made because I didn't want it Magnum to have another German tank, and you will understand after why I just saying that. On the right we have a SDK, which is a transport troop, and we have a 88 tank in the left. 2 planes, Messerschmitt. There are unofficial paintings because normally they are methodical grade. So I'm going to present you a quick fast video where I asked Magnum to lend me all his German soldiers, and I just installed them one by one. That's normal for the picture, or it will be bad to just show you a box. So you are going to watch 2 minutes video of German installation, and then I'm going to just present some of the pictures and some of the soldiers. Let's see you back in 2 minutes. Alright, so you can see that there are many of them. In reality, it took me 40 minutes to install and to place all of them. The first picture, they are just random things, so I don't have anything to say. In the back we have a Jack Tiger, in the front we have a Panther, and then the truck, SDK, core, and 88 cannon. These soldiers generally are divided in three parts. We have the land one, we have then the paratroopers. Some of them are in yellow, clear yellow, that's a sand yellow, and they are Africa Corps, so they fought against the desert rats. So there are many of them. Some of them are really old, more than 30 years old. They were the first one of them, and they are still there. It means that we care a lot about them. So you have a general picture and some extracts. The white section is the official one with the captain. Then some of Magnum good guys. We have 2, 5, 6, 8, 10. Well, we have 12 desert rats. We have paratroopers. We have rangers and marine. Then we have, in French we call them la Légion étrangère, and they are just special soldiers. So these are Magnum's favorite soldiers, and we just care about them. So here we have a different type of picture, because it's directly from my vitrine. This is the artifacts on the page, and it's a huge plane, and I didn't want it to move it, because I was afraid to break it. This is a 40 centimeters plane by 30. 40 is wing by wing. Some other pictures, and you can see in the background that there is Spitfire and case. So this is a little bit long video, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I like my video. But yes, it's a little bit long video. You can see most of the models present in our house. There are some missing in the Allied troops. There is another part which is missing. This is the Napoleonic age soldiers, and there is something like 1000 of them in boxes. I didn't put them out because it would have made 3 different times during the video, and it's really long to explain it. And well, these are mostly French soldiers, and I don't know if I will make the video presentation in English, because they are just French. By the way, I hope you enjoyed this video. If this is the case, you can leave a comment, a blue point. You can follow the channel, you can follow the Facebook page. Don't forget to share the video all around you, and see you next time.